the up move started right here out from this trading range, and subsequently it forms a flag pattern, and yesterday's session provide a spring type of the setup right here, and that allows me to ride on the uptrend for the continuation of the upside. So later we're going to find out how to actually use this spring setup to catch this up move before it actually happens. Hi, my name is Ming Jong, and welcome to another episode of the daily market analysis for the S&P 500 E-mini futures for the session of 25th of November. In this video, as usual, I'm going to share with you the market recap from yesterday's session and also a trade review in the 3 minutes time frame, which I will include the entry, the exits, and also the rationale behind. So in this case is the spring type of the setup. And going forward, I will also share my trading plan in the current market outlook section together with the key levels that I'm watching. So let's just get started. So first of all, let me just get back to the daily time frame and let's start from there. Okay, so here is the daily time frame. And yesterday I talked about the potential symmetrical triangle right here. And yesterday move actually break out from this triangle, and that's definitely looking bullish, and we're going to see the test of the all-time high level near the 3660. So yesterday already tested the previous swing high level about somewhere around 3630. All right, so let me get down to the hourly time frame and let's see what else can we extract from the hourly time frame for the yesterday's session. So you can see that in the hourly time frame, just prior to the US opening right here, somewhere about 10:30 p.m. at my time zone, we can see that prior to that, during the Globex session, we're entering into a very tight consolidation. So that's right after the early Asian rally up, followed by the European London session tight consolidation, and that's just consolidate just below this supply line from the apex in the symmetrical triangle. So this is a relatively bullish character, because once it's actually break out from this trading range here and it hit the supply line from this symmetrical triangle, and subsequently it only consolidate with this very shallow type of the trading range. So unlike this type of the relatively large trading range, this is a very shallow type of the trading range. So just think about this. So we have this up move, and once it hit the resistance level, it just have this shallow reaction alone, and that's a horizontal type of the reaction instead of this kind of the reaction, or even this type of the reaction. So this is a very bullish character alone. So subsequently, during the US opening at about 10:30 p.m. at my time zone, we see this kind of the spring type of a setup, or you can call it a false breakout. So right after it just spring the previous swing low, it just reverse up and start this amazing explosive up move. So let me just quickly go to the 3 minutes time frame and let me share with you how to actually ride on this uptrend, because we see the sign of strength rally subsequently followed by a flag pattern. So once it's break out, I think a lot of the pattern trader will just ride on this uptrend alone. So let me zoom out a little bit to give you the context. So here is the trading range that I talk about. So that's a big trading range in a 3 minutes time frame, and we have this sign of strength rally breaking out from this trading range, subsequently followed by this shallow type of the reaction. So that's alone, like the rally followed by the flag pattern, and we definitely expect some kind of the breakout and continuation of the uptrend, and that's just based on this single trend alone. Not to mention about we have this relatively huge symmetrical triangle. That's another structure that we need to take a look at the later part of the video. So first of all, let's just focus on the trend continuation based on this type of the flag pattern alone. So let me just give you a bit of the context. So that's the Globex period. So we see that during the Asian session we have a rally, and the rally actually just hit this supply line from the symmetrical triangle as annotated in this orange trend line here. So you can see that subsequently it didn't really have a lot of the reaction down. In fact, it's just have this kind of the shallow type of the reaction, so it just consolidate horizontally. So that's a good sign, and the entry actually happened just probably during the first 15, 20 or 30 minutes of the US session. So let me walk you through. So the structure that I leverage on is this trading range alone. This is a very shallow type of the trading range with only about 10 points range. So you can see that it just kind of fluctuates within this range, and during the US opening session we have a 2 bars with relatively high volume, and that push the price right below this support line, but still you have this shadow here. But eventually you can see that, let me zoom in a bit more. Okay, so you can see that this bar here actually just commit below the lowest point of this support level. So I think a lot of the breakout trader, if they want to trade the downside, they might just jump in and trade the first breakout, but definitely not for me. And you have been following me for some time, then you know that I don't really trade the first breakout. So in fact, in this setup, I just want to fade the breakout and leverage on this spring type of the entry. So first of all, the overall trend is up. So we have seen the uptrend, and then followed by this kind of the shallow type of the reaction as a consolidation. And subsequently, what I actually expect is actually have this kind of the breaking out situation, and that's a continuation of this uptrend if we just purely based on a 1-to-1 ratio. So that will be the target if you just project upward. So this first leg down actually break below the support level, and that comes with the relatively high volume, and subsequently there is a kind of a reversal bar here. I did not take the entry immediately because of the high level of the supply, so instead I just wait for another test. So because that's the first time it break down, so it can turn out to be a real breakout. So that's why I always want to wait for a test first. So here's the test, and subsequently we see another test here, another downswing as a test of the previous downswing. So in this case we see the supply has been decreasing. So that's the first leg down, that's the second leg down, but you see that it did not really commit below this swing low level here. So that's why that I did not really participate the breakout to the downside. So instead it just kind of quickly go back up and break above this localized range here. So right after the close of this bullish bar, I just enter my long entry. So I think this is possibly the earliest long entry that I can get in, because we have a first leg down with the increasing of the supply, and then second leg down as a test with the decreasing of the supply, and subsequently no commitment to the downside. And right after that I'm just waiting for the confirmation, and here is the confirmation with this bullish bar commit above this localized trading range. And also if we just take this support level or the resistance level, well, whichever you want to call it, then this candle certainly just commit above this support level. So this is a very typical spring type of a setup. So it just leverage on a lot of the trap traders who trade a breakout to the downside and also reverse it quickly. So this is where the up move should start. So if this is a true spring, what I'm actually anticipating is actually a breaking out with a sign of strength rally, because a lot of times, even though I think that is a spring setup, it doesn't really necessarily need to materialize. So this is purely my opinion. So at least at this point, I can assume that the direction is to go up until the resistance level, even though I just think that if this is a true spring, then I need to see a sign of strength rally to break out of this resistance level and also to continue to the upside. But anyway, I think the direction is definitely correct, because at this point, the only way that it can go is to go up. Otherwise, it will just quickly stop me out. Alright, so right after that, just rally up till it hit the resistance level. So here's the resistance level. And it did not really break out immediately. In fact, it just kind of struggled. We see quite a few rejection tail right here, and it just consolidate right within this resistance zone. So this is also another sign to watch, because although it's a good sign, like we have a good rally up, so this is the best kind of the rally that we have ever seen if we compare it to this one or even this one. But we just need to see commitment above. So the real commitment actually comes at this big bullish bar right here. So if you are a breakout trader, then that could be your breakout entry, because that's probably the first breakout, and subsequently just form a range, and eventually this is a real commitment. So this big bullish bar is the confirmation as the second breakout out from this little trading range. But I did not take that trade because I have already entered my trade right here based on the spring type of the entry. So this is the best type of entry and the earliest type of entry that can get into. Alright, so subsequently I just managed my trade, but I think it's a premature exit. You can see that this uptrend is really strong. So right after the breakout, it just kept running up until about 36.30. So the reason I exit right there is purely based on the previous resistance level, and also that's a time stop for me, because that's somewhere very close to about 12 o'clock. I think it's 12:05 or 12:10, so it's kind of late at my time zone. And also you can see that this level is kind of matching with the resistance zone. So I think it's quite a logical place for me to take some profits. In fact, I just exit all my positions right there. But anyway, this is definitely not a optimized exit because of my time constraint. I should have used a trailing stop to just trail it. So if you use trailing stop, then I think likely that you will get stop out probably. I think these few bars here with a spike of the supply very interesting, and subsequently this is definitely a change of character. So somewhere around there will be the exit point. Okay. Alright, so subsequently you can see that right after this climatic up move, it just formed a trading range until the end of the session. So I think if you trail the stop, then the exit will be superb. This is a kind of a perfect type of exit because you just save a lot of time, and also you just release a lot of your capital as well. Alright, so that's the trade review. Let me get back to the hourly time frame and let's talk about the current market condition, current market outlook. So if we just quickly zoom out here, we can definitely see this symmetrical triangle, which I talked about this in my video yesterday. So that's, I think, is a very logical thing for the structure to play out. Once we have this climatic up move, change of character, which kind of define the trading range, but instead of having this horizontal or the traditional type of the trading range, we see the S&P 500 entering into this symmetrical triangle. So we have a higher low and also the lower high, kind of just settling the volatility, and until the time is mature and when it's ready to break out, which is yesterday. So we see this movement, which I also briefly mentioned. If we're breaking out, then we definitely see some continuation to the upside to test the previous swing high level, and followed by this all-time high level at about 3660 or 3670. So here is the all-time high level. So I'm sure that we're going to see at least a push, a test, and probably followed by another reaction and consolidation. So maybe something like this, and to continue to trend up. Alright, so overall, in terms of the volume, I think nothing seems very threatening at the moment yet. For the session later, I'm still looking at some of the key levels, because right after the breaking out from this tight trading range, we see a climatic up move, and then followed by a consolidation, and then some continuation to the upside in this morning during the Asian session, and we have a reaction down. So overall, I think for the immediate support level, it still lies about this little trading range here. That could be somewhere around 3620 to 3630. So that will form some support zone. So if you can just bounce up from here, I think that could become a battlefield for the long entry. Otherwise, if it retraces a bit further, definitely think this level will be good, about 3600 or 3610. So that could be another support level to watch. For the immediate resistance level, then I think it's very obvious. It's the all-time high level. Just scroll back and you will see it's somewhere around 3660 or 3670. So that will be the immediate resistance level. So we could have test and then followed by some profit taking or immediate sell down. So we need to just judge the supply level to see how it goes. Alright, so that could be another trading opportunities to fade the trade. So for the trend continuation to the upside, then definitely look out for this kind of the reversal. So we have this impulsive up wave followed by flag type of the consolidation, and then another breakout, and followed by a pullback. So I think the trend could just continue to go higher to test the all-time high level. Alright, so just plan out your trade and to trade safely. This is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. So if you'd like to learn more on how to increase your winning rate, definitely check out the video that showed up on the screen right now. And also do remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also to join my email list for free in order to receive my weekly stock watch list update. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon.